You didn't play well because you looked injured.
Fantastic.
Hey, it is great to have you, and it's also opportune. We've got a very special guest in the audience, and we're going to introduce you to him. He's a young lad by the name of Shaun Miller. You may have seen him. He's been in the news in the past week for sad reasons. He's had 2 heart transplants already, as this young man faced up to more challenges in his short life than anyone really should have to, and we have found out that he's a massive footy show fan, and more importantly, a massive Essendon fan. And the fact that Job's in here tonight, we thought we'd get him in and introduce him to her. So Shaun, welcome to the first one. Come up here. This is an opportunity to meet one of your heroes. Loves the Essendon footy club.
Nice to meet you. You too. Thanks for coming on.
Hey, mate. Put it there. Sit down here, Shaun, and
Shaun.
Coxie can stand for a minute. Joe will sit next to you. Now, just tell us about your love of the Essendon Footy Club. How come you're going for the Bombers?
I just like red and black.
You just like red and black?
Yeah, the colours red and black.
And your that's as good a reason as any. That's as good a reason as any. And your favourite player? Who's your favourite player?
2. Joe Watson and Michael Early.
Who was the other one?
Michael Early.
Now, I just want you to just think about this for a minute. You wouldn't understand what is happening to this lad. Stand up now. Come on. I want you to show. I want you to lift up your shirt. This man here, this young man, has had 2 of someone else's hearts put in his body, and he's staggering and he's in trouble. And if we reckon we know what adversity is, and we complain about the traffic or getting over the Westgate Bridge, just spare a thought for this young man, Shaun. He's doing it tough, and the thing that has inspired him is you, and it must be humbling for you, Tim, to know that a man in his circumstances...
Tim?
Sorry, mate. Sorry, Joe. Joe, it must be humbling for a man who is in his circumstances, just wants to meet you just in whatever time he's got left with us.
Yeah, it certainly is, and it's only a small part, but the footy club would love to have you and your family down for the round 10 game and come down the rooms and meet Hurdy and the guys, and also we've got a footy and a jumper here for you. And
wow.
I know it's only small, but the boys really appreciate the supporters that we have.
Thank you.
What we might do is get you to stay with us, because we're going to have a look at the Essendon game. We're going to get you a very, very special thought. So Mark Murphy's going to talk us through, and then we want to get you to give a message to the Essendon boys. So Murph, next one is Essendon.
We've got Essendon v West Coast on Saturday night. The Bombers are flying at the moment. They go in unchanged. You can see Brett Stanton there is flying at the moment. Had 39 touches last week. 154 Supercoach, not a bad effort there. As we flip over to the West Coast. Adam Selwood with a hand injury. Ashton Ham suspended. Ins Mitch Brown and Neats for his first game.
Coxie.
Coxie's flying there at 141, but I think Neats is a half-forward flanker. Coxie, who's pretty lightning, so good for him to debut.
Who are you picking, Murph?
I think Essendon will win. I reckon. I think the Eagles have got quite a fair amount of injuries, so I think they'll find it tough to scrap forward, missing Josh Kennedy, Mark Koski, and Michael Crowley for the year, so I think the Bombers will win.
Can't wait to watch the matchup of Coxie and Bell Chambers. I think the improvement, the Master v the bloke on the rise, and I just think 7 of their best 22 out, West Coast, at Etihad Stadium. Bombers rarely lose, so I think they can win.
All right. Coxie. Haven't put a foot wrong, your boys. This is a nice challenge against the Bombers.
Yeah, it is. Essendon obviously up and going, playing some fantastic football, and we're going to have to be at our best to knock them off, and just obviously want to say congratulations to Bo Waters, who plays his 100th game vice captain of our footy club. It's probably taken him 9 or 10 years to get to 100 games just with what he puts his body through, so he's really inspiring for our teammates, and hopefully he can do it again.
Joe, we need to quickly mention that Bombers members, because of the unique way that they access seats at Etihad when you play these big games, need to book a ticket. Because if they don't, general admission for this game is basically sold out. So if you want to get and see The Bombers take on the West Coast Eagles in the biggest game of the weekend. If you're a member of the club, you need to book a ticket. Everything's going. You mentioned David Evans, and he has done a great job. Everything's going beautifully off field. The new facility out at Tullamarine, everything's swimming along nicely.
Yeah, I think the new facility, the turf will be ready for November pre-season, and the facility should be finished by April next year. So,
Now, Jimmy, I'm not sure if you're a non-member of the Essendon Footy Club, you need to book a ticket.
Right.
So members have a seat. If you're a non-member and you want to go, you can't just roll up. You need to book a ticket. Now, Shorty.
Yeah, come on. What
What do you think
Give
about
us a
this? You've got
reason why.
Dean Cox over there, the West Coast
Yeah, I'm
champion.
going to hold my...
Don't worry about the colours. We know they're black and white. No black and red.
Why are the Bombers going to win?
The Bombers are going to win because of our captain Joe.
Yes. And everyone, he's not finished. Hang on.
And Aaron Davey. He surprised us.
Elwyn?
Oh,
Elwyn?
Alwyn Davey.
Yep, indeed.
Alwyn Davey.
If I can call him Tim, you can call him Owen.
What about Joe? Already mentioned Tom Belchambers in great form, and Paddy Ryder. Where does it leave your great mate David Hill?
yeah, well, I think Hilly is due to return probably in 2 weeks' time. I think the way David can play, that he can complement the other two guys. Also, I think that there'll probably be a stage where we'll rotate one of them just to give him a break. We've only got 3 ruckmen on our list, so they're all pretty vital. So I think that he'll be sort of intertwined into the group.
Well, Shorty, again, mate, from all of us here,
Yeah.
our big footy show audience, we wish you all the best. Don't forget that round 10, I think it's against the
It
Demons.
is against Melbourne. It's
Danger game for you, Shorty, do you think, against the
I don't think
Demons?
so.
What? You don't think so?
No.
Oh, well, you're in good hands,
I
mate.
just would like to say a special thanks to the Royal Children's Hospital and my transplant coordinator and Ship and Dr. Robert Weintraub.
Oh, well done.
Joe, just quickly, before we let the two of you go, just mentioned Shaun that his other favourite player is Michael Hurley. How far away is he?
Hurls was knocking down the door to play this week and was very unhappy when he got told he wasn't. So he'll be right for Richmond Dreamtime next week.
And while I got you quickly on the panel, yes or no, State of Origin footy, you want it back and would you play?
Yeah, I'd play, but I think it might be incorporated. I'd like for it to be incorporated perhaps in the last week of the NAB Cup.
It could be Coxie.
Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah, play,
Yep,
move.
definitely.
You blokes have said it all before, but when push comes to shove and the game comes around, you all pull out. And the only way this will work is if you all continue to put your hand up and actually follow through. So if it was in the NAB Cup, you'd all make yourself available.
Yeah, I think that last week in that cup, I reckon, probably the perfect time for it.
Sam disagrees?
No, well, I won't tell you why. Well, we'll tell you why later.
A bit
There's a sensible reason why I disagree, a logical reason, and we should mention it. It's a romantic notion to have it, but there is a very sensible reason why we shouldn't have it.
Okay, we'll get to that a little later.
We will. We need to thank these two fine people for joining us. Joe Watson is here, as is Shaun. So thank them both very much for coming in. We're going to take a break on the Footy Show, back with plenty more after this.